We look at the news through a horror lens. We lens news through horror. We horror news. Welcome to the Lost Zone podcast. My name is Scott.
I'm Jeremiah.
And we are back. We're doing it. We're actually putting out episodes more or less once a week.
More or less, yeah, pretty much.
With the holiday season, I always consider hiccups like weather and illness to be natural things that are going to happen.
Yeah, and we do have some fun weather coming up.
We got ahead of this one.
We're actually smartly going before. It's like we look at the forecast. We know we live in Vermont and all that kind of good shit.
We're getting a flood, a winter flood,
a
Christmas flood,
a Christmas flood, the old classic Christmas flood. Oh, yes,
Santa's coming in on his wakeboard.
Whoa, groovy waves, man! Yeah.
Did someone ask for Santa Claus?
Yeah,
it'd be Santa Claus on a wakeboard.
It would be Santa Claus on a wakeboard. Yeah, you'd see, oh, groovy, man! Climate change is the tits. Yeah, we're supposed to get that and then follow it immediately that same night by 10 inches of snow. So, anyway, that's our
floodwaters should carry the icebergs away. That's my working science.
That's our very localized, only in one area weather forecast for all you out there. 1 week after you've listened to it and the actual weather has happened. So this is not the greatest prediction. This is not the way to do weather forecasts on a weekly podcast format that may or may not be weekly. But anyway, instead what we're going to do is we're going to give you some fun stories. Now, we are in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so there really aren't any actual holiday stories yet. We're early December recording this now, so we don't really have anything themed. We're just going to do a classic episode with some fun stuff. Actually, bringing back an old segment we haven't done in probably a year.
I would bet by next week we're going to have early Christmas weird news droppings. Yes. And
there's going to be run on these like toys and these stores and popular. And we usually have some kind of game that you bring to the table of like popular gifts or weird gifts or whatever. And
I was going to say, I think I'm going to bring a game to the table next week. And while we're making the sausage here, I think we should probably do a Christmas horror movie pick each.
Yes, actually,
or winter at least.
Yes, and I thought about because I'm not going to bring it up because I believe you mentioned it last year when you watched it.
Violent Night.
I will say I will double Violent Night. Absolutely loved that one.
I haven't watched it yet this year, but I'm going to. I'm going to rewatch it.
I did have a fun time with It's a Wonderful Knife. It wasn't the
I haven't seen it yet.
It wasn't the best of everything, but Justin Long definitely really helps carry that movie a lot. It was fun.
Justin Long carries everything. Dude, he's so fucking good.
He's like a shit, like you can tell right off the bat he's a shitty character. He starts the movie and you know that he's the shitty guy. Like, but he's got like a orange spray tan and these like fucking horrible veneers, almost buck tooth because he's like got these super fake fucking teeth. He's fucking hilarious in it. Awesome as a bad guy.
Okay.
He's very character. It's not just Justin Long. It's him as a character. So anyway, so that's I guess my soft pick on Shudder. It's a Wonderful Knife. I had a lot of fun with it. It's we've gotten middle reviews, but it's pure fun when I go with Christmas horror. I love pure fun. Absolute pure fun.
I haven't watched any Christmas horror. I've been watching straight up Christmas movies. Like I watched that Eddie Murphy one.
Yeah.
What was that? Dashing Through the Snow?
Delirious.
Dashing Through the Snow?
Candy Cane Lane or something like
Candy Cane Lane.
Yeah, something like that.
There's the other one. Dashing Through the Snow is the ludicrous Christmas movie.
Yes, you also.
I watched both of them.
Yes.
The Eddie Murphy one doesn't know if it's R-rated or PG-13 or PG.
That's what I've heard. It is PG officially.
It is.
You said they get away with doing just the dirty enough stuff under the hood, like under the surface.
I mean, the first scene in it is Eddie Murphy and Ken Marino arguing in the middle of the street about blow-up dolls.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And they're referencing the blow-up Santa decorations, the lawn decorations.
And so that's how you get away with it. You get away with it where it's like a little something for the adults who know what a blow-up doll really is. But then the kids are like, oh, a blow-up Santa, of course.
The entirety of the movie, though, is really R-rated jokes done just craftily enough to be PG, which is... It's confusing at points. It really is. You're just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet because I do generally. I rewatched. I did my annual rewatch of Anna and the Apocalypse, which I absolutely love. I took a couple of gummies and watched that one. It was just as fun on gummies. It's
great. I haven't watched Christmas horror. Watch straight up Christmas. I'm watching the Santa Clauses.
Yeah.
The series.
The series. Yeah, the one that's actually called the Santa Claus. It's not the multiple Santa Claus movies.
I'm rewatching the first season with Kelly. She's never seen it before, and we're up to the episode. The next one is the one with Krampus in it. so that's kind of horror, right? Oh,
Did
yeah,
they do that?
She wanted to watch Home Improvement Christmas episodes because of it.
Oh, really?
So we've been going back and watching just the Christmas episodes from random seasons of Home Improvement.
I bet those are so good bad because they're so cheesy.
It's actually, I'm laughing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, the thing is, though, when I was a kid, when I would watch Home Improvement, I was like, there's nothing funnier than Home Improvement. Now, for like that and Roseanne were like they were two like eventual right-wing figures who did, stopped their funny after a while when they decided that funny is just yelling about anti-vax shit. But like, they were legit funny show. Roseanne was on a different level. Roseanne was actually like incredibly high quality, where like Home Improvement was definitely like, lowest common denominator. But I was the lowest common denominator as a kid and thought it was extremely funny. Like the jokes were good. Tim Allen was a fucking great comedian. Like,
the jokes hold up to today. I found myself sitting there watching Christmas episodes.
Yeah.
Home Improvement.
You're like, even without a laugh track, I would probably
high.
Yes.
I would say I was high. I might have drank some whiskey too.
You know what? Just like when I was a kid.
Just like it. High and on whiskey.
Yeah. Just sitting there. No, I could totally. And also, Christmas episodes
I like that I just said on whiskey.
Yeah, on whiskey.
Caught myself.
Yeah. I've been right now.
I've been on the whiskey.
So I also, honestly, when you get those Christmas stuff, it's just nostalgia can go along. I was at my dad's house. We watched the usual classics I watch every year, but I hadn't watched Elf in forever. I watched Elf for the first time.
I want to watch Elf again this year. Yeah.
I forgot it has...
Kelly hates Will Ferrell, so I have an issue.
Really? Oh, that's weird.
She hates him. She thinks he's a creep.
Wow.
And I'm like, he's like one of the nicest people.
He's supposedly
no
one of the
scandals.
most like genuinely nice human beings on the planet.
And she's like, he's not funny. He's kind of a creep.
Okay, well, if not funny is fine, that's a subjective opinion. But if you find him creepy, that's one thing too. But he's not a creep. No. I mean, like, we haven't found out he's done anything
I was
yet.
he hangs out with like Ryan Reynolds and the Always Sunny crew. Like they have like a circle of friends there.
No, he's
and
like,
these are people who have no scandals.
He's friends with like he's like best friends with fucking Conan O'Brien and those guys. Like he
has no scandals.
Jason Bateman, he's everybody.
Jason Bateman's gonna have a scandal before Will Ferrell will.
Well, I mean, Jason Bateman already went through a scandal period when he was a teenager and there weren't fucking social media around. That's when he was doing all his bad shit. He was like fucking doing drugs on the bus, like fucking bitches left and right. Like he was a child star, remember? And he was like a dirtbag. But
I watched
it happened before the social media time. So he was just like, yeah, fuck it. He was 16-year-olds. It's different than 40-year-olds fucking 16-year-olds.
I watched a rom-com. I forgot what it was. It had all the girls who were popular in 2000. Not Charlize Theron, the other one, the blonde.
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz, yeah.
I got you. You actually, you were right enough. Like,
the other one.
I got you, buddy.
The other one.
We read each other's thoughts at this point.
But as a movie where she's trying to find a man, and she met at a bar, and she's like going across the country to find him. That's like the whole plot of the fucking movie. Yeah. It's a hard R, like romantic comedy.
Was there like there was one like that was called like Sweethearts or something like that. That was
This Is the Sweetest Thing.
Sweetest, but So there's I think
but Jason Bateman's in it, and he's like 19. Or he's 21, we'll say.
Yeah, he was probably in his 30s at that point.
I mean, but he's playing 21. He's got spiked up hair.
And he looks young now, so he was probably 30-ish playing.
He's at a club, and he brings these two girls over to the guy that's talking to the main girl. I
haven't seen that movie in a while.
And he's got these two girls, like, look, I got these two pigs, and they're willing to go up to the hotel room with us. And one of them pukes. He's like, I got this one girl. She's willing to go up to...
I remember
he's calling these girls bitches and pigs.
I remember seeing that movie and being really pleasantly surprised that like it was a good.
It was really funny.
It was a raunchy R comedy for the ladies.
It was considered a rom-com because it was woman-focused, but it was not a rom-com.
It was sort of like Bridesmaids. It was way more close. It was closer, like predates Bridesmaids by like a decade.
I hate when a hard R comedy for women is a rom-com, but a hard R comedy for men is just a hard R comedy. Yeah. Like women can have those too. Bridesmaids and this movie. Sure, they have a slight romantic interest.
But you know
Guess
what? Most of the guys,
so do the guy ones too.
Yeah, like the fucking dude. You don't think Hangover? Like those movies aren't considered rom-coms, but they have the exact same amount of like romantic comedy.
They're trying to get the guy back to his wife and all that shit.
Like all that shit. Like, and Bridesmaids was good, but like they call Bridesmaids a rom-com, whereas they don't call Hangover a rom-com. You're right. Sexism is alive and well in the United States of America, and Donald Trump is the only man to fix it. Yeah,
4 more years.
4 years of sexism. You know what? I think you're going to get your wish. Something tells me.
Also, that's all you're
Despite
pushing for
Hogan.
after the 4? We're just good? We're good?
Yeah. Well, no, we'll just reassess at that point whether or not I'm ready to go ahead and just let it go. But I'm going to go ahead and guess
4 more years.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, it's literally just a guy named Misogyny. Just Misogyny's on the ballot. Not a man named Misogyny. Just, you know what? I do like their foreign
existential
policy.
thought of it.
Yeah, the existential thought of misogyny is like, I'm going to go ahead and vote for them. How could you possibly? I like their foreign policy. Which is, no bitches in the fucking treehouse. That's their foreign policy. Yeah, anyway.
It's going to be a tough one to beat. He's running against inanimate carbon rod.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just keep the Simpsons ones going here.
Exactly. We got to keep classic Simpsons there, man. That's a classic one.
I watched the entire documentary, all 6 parts of it on Prime, the Simpsons documentary.
It's on Prime now? Okay, because that was the Vice documentary originally, I think, right?
I don't know. It's part of a bigger show.
So it was originally part of, like, they do a season, so it was a Vice thing, I think, and they do a season. So I watched the first 2 episodes that were free online. But then you're like, subscribe to Vice. I'm like, I will for like $2. Like, you can't. You have to fucking get it from cable.
This was 6 1-hour episodes.
Yeah, I watched the first 2. So, I didn't realize that's on Prime. I'm totally going to watch it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, push through all of it. Really, really good. Loved it.
Yeah.
That was good background. That was actually good background viewing while working.
Yeah, because it's really,
I know what Simpsons looks like.
It might as well be might as well be a podcast.
Exactly. I don't need to look
up. Most documentaries, it's kind of like that. I listen to all the cult ones I listen to, or watch, quote unquote, I just listen to.
Crush that.
Yeah, we're barely getting started on the show.
This is the podcast where we talk about what we watched on TV the previous week.
Or in our childhoods.
Yeah,
and we are actually not an entertaining podcast like that at all, but we do like to get lost in thought every once in a while. Scott, what do you got here?
Which is interesting because it's about things I watched this week.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to bring the vajankle back because your note just says sex foot.
Yeah, I wrote that there when I was high, and I thought it was funny, and I don't remember what the context was anymore. So sex foot just lives in Lost in Thought, and I don't know what it was for.
Okay, cool. But that is Lost in Thought.
That is Lost in Thought. I literally looked at it the next day and went, I wonder what that meant.
But the next thing, there's another one.
Next thing is, my wife was going through YouTube, because sometimes when we're bored, we put music videos on, we push them to the TV, and we put
the algorithm
plug in our speakers, and just watch some videos.
The algorithm sometimes gives you some really good shit.
And she had a suggested video in the recommended section, and it was for a band, I will call it. We'll say artist.
Yeah, it looks like it is a band. I checked them out online. It looks
Bleach Boy.
Yeah.
And Bleach Boy was sent to us with a whopping 400 views for their newest video.
Which is crazy. Which is actually, we were talking about this earlier. I do love the concept, and I'm hoping this is something that's actually sticking, is that, like, if YouTube is actually willing to push content that has, like, because guess what? Stuff that already has 2.6 million views that then gets bubbled up into algorithms more, then it becomes a snowball effect, doesn't need the extra marketing. The 400 view shit that's really good like this. That
Taylor Swift does not need to be in recommended ever.
No, because people know who she is and they'll fucking find her.
That should be like a minus term. Like minus Taylor Swift should be the search.
Prompting. Yeah.
So it just knows never put it there. Never put it there.
Yeah.
But Bleach Boy, not to be confused with Beach Boys.
Yes.
Or the Bleach Boys.
Or Bleachers.
Or Bleach.
Yeah.
The album.
The album by Nirvana.
Yep.
Probably other bands.
Yeah, Bleach Boy is hard to describe, except I would say it's kind of a throwback to the 90s. It's got like a PJ Harvey filter vibe.
It's British. It's British, but it also reminds me, if people ever heard the band Las Vegas, which is a Scottish band, but it had a couple of the more like ethereal, kind of like droney ones, reminded me a little bit of that. The less PJ Harvey droney ones, the more almost Coldplay-y, but not as cheesy, like ones like that.
He breaks genres hard. Like every song sounds a little different from the other ones in a way where
maybe that's why they're not as big, is because they just like haven't like. But there's still enough of a thread.
How many followers did he have on YouTube? 200.
I was a 213th subscriber.
You were the 213th subscriber.
And you were probably 212.
212, yeah.
And your wife was probably 211. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yes. So they were about 200 subscribers.
We're boosting him.
I'm hoping people get out there and check out Bleach Boy. At the very least, go check. Like, their videos are fucking amazing. Like, the songs are great, but the videos are top.
Get him up to 250, and I'll ask if he wants to be on the show.
Perfect, yeah.
Get him to 250. I'll keep checking. Yeah. If I see it's 250 within, say 7 days
him,
of
it's probably
this
them, but really, we'll go for the lead, obviously.
The lead singer.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Actually,
I'm a drummer, and I'm like, I don't want to be on podcasts. I'm going to push a fucking lead singer out there. You're the one in front. Everybody wants to talk to you.
This is up our alley. Like, I think this is good for the show. I think he's going to say yes. And I'm a fan, so automatically I want to talk to this dude.
I would love to see them blow up a lot more because their video quality, especially the songs, are awesome anyway. I listen to their songs on Spotify regardless, which I'm going to go.
I'm adding his catalog to Spotify.
But I haven't even checked if they're on there. But based on the quality,
I was going to say he's got to be on Spotify.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a SoundCloud only guy. Or band, but
we've got coworkers on Spotify. This guy's got to.
I'm on Spotify.
This guy's got to be on Spotify. He's got to have a coworker.
Yeah,
that's all it takes, right?
Yeah. Can I get your coworker's Spotify name? What? But yeah, I want to. Not just like following there, but also just
that'd be a great album name, by the way, for your band.
Yeah,
I have a coworker who's on Spotify as the album name.
I do need to find a couple of new monikers for a couple of things I want to put on Spotify that don't fit my actual band stuff. Some of the comedy
Sonic
stuff we recorded. So Sonic Jalopy I've made now my kind of cheese ball stuff. So that's gonna be that's my sweet EDM-y cheese ball stuff. So I need something for the silly podcast stuff because I was going through a buddy of mine was asking about. Or I was talking about Christmas stuff, and he didn't realize I kind of hate Christmas. I don't as much anymore, but I've written multiple songs about hating Christmas. And then I looked through. I was looking for a Christmas song by myself in my iTunes, and I realized, Apple Music, and I realized that I had 6 Christmas songs that I've written through the years / skits for specifically just to play on this podcast. I'm like. That's a Christmas EP by this random. So I just need something to dump my.
We have a Christmas album and a Halloween album on the website.
Oh yeah, I imagine because I was looking through. I'm I think I've made 6 tunes, and I'm about to make a 7th one, a rap song with Marcus that we had helped us out with Ode to Clompers in one of the weeks that you were off when you were gone, and we did Ode to Clompers. So, but anyway, regardless, I would listen to this band on Spotify, but. Their videos are even a step above that. The video quality is amazing.
Produces their videos and directs them. Holy shit!
I was gonna check to see if it's the same. I assume it's the same.
One of the best
for all of them because
probably
I saw the name on the first one. I can't remember.
One of the best music video directors, editors, producers that I've seen in a long time. And I'm
guessing based on the fact this is only a couple hundred subscribers, a few hundred views, that this is probably somebody who shoots it, lights it, and edits it all. I assume.
And this person should be working with. Yeah. Huge stars.
Yeah, this is
because I've seen huge stars have shitty videos comparatively.
Yeah, so at the very least, even without the music, if the video director is if it's not somebody in the band and it's a friend of theirs or somebody separate that they hire, should definitely be doing more stuff. If they're not, I haven't checked to see if that director name is doing it. So
the video for Jamie's birthday, I particularly like. It's one I showed you with the fat guy in Vegas dancing.
Yes.
And licking the inside of the glass shower and weird other stuff and hitting on women in bars.
Yeah.
It is a great fucking weird ass video. And it is shot it's so beautiful. It reminds me of, what's his name? The guy who shot all the big music videos in the late 90s.
Oh, well, which one?
He shot
Spike Jones.
Spike Jones.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Spike Jones.
That's probably the biggest one, yeah. Yeah,
not McG.
There's
McG would be the other big one from the 90s.
Yeah, there's some other ones. There was a few back in the 90s that were fucking high end.
But Spike Jones, holy shit, yeah. Spike Jones did art, and this guy kind of has a Spike Jones vibe.
So let's see. Yuck was directed by Sam O'Leary.
Yuck is the newest one with only 400 views. Been out a week. Based on the numbers of his other videos, I don't think it's going to crack 1,000.
Okay, Sam O'Leary is so far 2 out of 2. I've checked. Sam O'Leary is the director of so far 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3. Okay, so Sam O'Leary is the director of these Bleach Boy videos. I haven't checked to see if they're actually a member of the band. But regardless, Sam O'Leary, shout out whether they're a member of the band or not. They're
good director,
doing an amazing job. Yeah,
editor, whatever, producer.
Yeah.
All of it probably.
Yeah, I'm guessing with 400 views.
Yeah, the Jamie's birthday video, which I think is masterful, 2.5 thousand views in a year. That's it.
Yeah. The biggest one they had was 9.8 thousand in 1 year, which was the supermarket one, and that's it's a shame, but it's also you see people are just farting on things and getting 2 million views on YouTube, and yeah, that's just the world we live in. But I've seen some crappy music videos too that have a shitload of views. This should have more. So anyway, go out there, check out Bleach Boy. That is our testimonial. Both of us are on board with it. Absolutely. You introduced me to it just the other night, last night, 2 nights ago, whatever it was.
2 nights ago.
Yeah. And I checked out some more. Loved every minute of every video I've watched. And it is one definitely to watch the videos if you have a chance. But if not, go to Spotify and check them out if they're on Spotify.
I'll reach out. We'll see if we can get them on the show before maybe the new year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I said I'll try to get a guest before.
At the very least, get some permission to use one of their songs to go out on or something like that, and we'll
I don't know. I don't think we're on YouTube anymore. I think it lapsed and I let it lapse because it wasn't getting us anything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like,
but that just hurt us because then we get flagged for using music.
That's
and
true.
all
Yeah.
that. And so honestly, I'd probably just use whatever we wanted anyway.
Yeah, because I'm not really worried about because some of it might get flagged on Spotify, and that's the other thing we might not get bumped to. But honestly, Apple Podcasts is where about 100% of our listeners are from anyway. So whatever. Anyway, so yeah, we've got that. We're gonna bring back an old segment, Scott. One that we haven't done in probably a year or more. And this is Blinded Me with Science. All right. So it's been a while since we played that little song there. I hope I could find it.
Completely assuming it was there. That's why I stayed silent.
I really hope it is. Because I actually haven't checked to see if we still have it. But
show note on air. Can we also go back to the old theme song?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
The original, not the original, not the 2025.
No. Yeah. Because I usually play that one going out. I'm gonna swap it around. I'm gonna put the old one going forward. Yeah. How about this? First of the year next year, we'll start a fresh new thing.
Okay.
Let's do that. Yeah. That way we can do that. Yeah, because I'm probably never gonna get those lyrics in there, and that's the only reason I really wanted to make that.
So we can go out on the beats, but entering on the beats feels a little dry.
Yeah, I think it needs some vocals. Yeah, or it needs to be shorter. So I'm totally with you. Let's see.
The next week's episode is going to be entirely just that beat looped for an hour, and you're just going to keep waiting for the show to start.
Yeah. No, because I just never dumped the vocals in there because it was just going to take too much work to put. And honestly, at this point, if we're not going to describe the show at the beginning, we might as well just go back to the classic.
Do you have the vocals?
Yeah, I got the vocals.
Nice.
So yeah, either way, but yeah, we'll go out on that one instead. We'll swap it. We'll swap it back. But yeah, so Blinded Me with Science. I got a kick out of this.
Science.
I really want to see some video of this because it sounds adorable, but also it sounds kind of brutal. The way that they're using it. They have created immersive VR goggles for mice to unlock new potential for brain science. Now, these new VR goggles. It was Northwestern University. This is some legit shit. Developed miniature, tiny little adorable VR goggles. It's got to be adorable. That provide more immersive experience for mice living in laboratory settings. The advantages over the current systems is the goggles cover the full field of view over each eye, creating 3D depth information and excluding the surrounding environment. They also allow simulating overhead threats, which are important for studying innate behavior. This is the thing that kind of got me a kick out of this, is they're just giving these poor things these virtual reality goggles. They don't know what the fuck's going on. It's not like us where we're like, this is virtual reality. Yeah. And then they just have hawks come at them. And see how they react. I'm like, we were talking earlier about how I can barely play horror games, and you were talking about your new PSVR that you got. And and I was like, I would love that, but I also feel like I would fall through a TV getting afraid of horror games. I love horror stuff so much, and I don't get scared at movies, but games really freak me out. So I just imagine but at least I know I'm in a game. This is a fucking nightmare. These poor tiny little mice just being like, hey, what happens if you send the owl after him? Send 2 owls! 2 owls! This poor little guy's fucking tiny little heart beating.
Game glitches and you have an owl loop where it comes at him, freezes, resets, comes at him, freezes, resets.
And that thing doesn't
know. Just frozen in fear.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, just 64 million of them fucking died of heart attacks. I don't know why all my scientists talk like this. Maybe this guy shouldn't have got his fucking job. He's a scientist. I went to fucking Harvard, you fucking bitch. I went to fucking MIT, you cocksucker. You want to fucking fight science with me? Oh, fucking science, you're right in the gazabagoozles. Anyway, Italian.
I love it.
Italian mafia scientists. Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
There's someone in Italy right now being very offended.
Oh, fuck him. Fuck him. You know what? Fuck you, mafia.
He just dropped a beaker.
Yeah. Oh, go eat some pepperoni pizza, you gabagool. Anyway, the researchers found that
told someone to eat food and then called them food.
Hey, eat food, you food.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go eat some food. Oh my god, that's my new insult to everybody. Yeah, go eat some food.
Yeah, until you run into an anorexic or a bulimic.
Yeah, in which case I'll be like, go eat some food. Please, go eat some food.
Sorry for the accent. I was being earnest.
Yeah. Oh, go eat some food. Here's a pepperoni pizza on me. Come on, yeah. Come on, eat it. Come on,
one
eat
bulimic
it,
at a time.
Yeah, the researchers found that the brain's goggle waves in mice were activated in similar ways as in freely moving animals, and that the mice learned from and engaged with the VR environment more quickly than with traditional systems. And they're hoping that the researchers are hoping they can study the neural circuitry underlying various behaviors, such as predatory-prey interactions, which we talked about, depth perception, which we talked about, motion sickness. I just put him on a little boat. He's like, all right, you're on a fucking, like, there's fucking pirates coming in, little mouse pirates.
Can't you just have the vision wobble?
Yes.
Would that trick the brain?
I like the thought of them going to like fucking like
they stand still,
like Lucasfilm and like Weta and like studios, and having them like $100 million fucking CGI.
They put them in the volume.
Yeah, exactly.
CG an entire world around them. Like, now let's see what they do.
That's what
They're
I'm hoping.
not appreciating the volume.
Something like that. It turns out to just be like the best open world game ever. Is this thing designed for mice?
Yeah.
We just never get to play it. Because we're like, well, what would it be like to be a mouse? Honestly, if you design enough of these little worlds around them, but I don't think that's what they're doing.
If you put a human in a mouse simulator, you would throw up because your speed would be like 50 times human speed. Like, when, like moving forward, like, all right, I'm going to move forward now. And it wouldn't be like one step like a human. You'd be like, because if you've ever seen a mouse move, they can cover like 20 feet in a second.
They're gone in them. Like, they're, yeah.
So that'd be your perception. You just see the world be like, be like the flash.
Yeah. And you just fucking...
And you'd be like, well, that's the first time
that's the motion sickness they're talking about, which is funny. Like, what do you have to do to give a fucking mouse motion sickness?
Opposite. Slow it down.
Just slow it down. Like,
they go to run, and everything just kind of moves at like a human's walking pace.
What the fuck?
What's happening? It's like bullet time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mouse bullet time. Yeah. But yeah, that's
called mouse time, Jared. Let's be sensible.
It's mouse time, yes.
It's mouse time.
It's mouse time. So that's it. That's what we got for Blinding Me with Science. I hope that someday they release some fucking videos of these adorable mice wearing adorable goggles getting pecked at by virtual reality buzzards.
I had scrolled through the notes with my thumb accidentally while listening to you, and I looked down and I thought we were still on the notes for this story. And I was like, but wait a minute, there's one more bullet point. What's up with this gay furry?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a future story.
That's coming, everybody. That's a good segue into web droppings, even though we're not going to start with that one.
Web
droppings is the place to be, and we do it all the time, once a week-ish. All right.
We do it all the time, once a weekish. That should be the subtitle of the show. Not it makes you smarter.
Yeah, exactly.
We do it once in a week.
We do it all the time, once a weekish. All right, web dropping. Scott, you brought the first couple of stories to the table. Let's see what you got.
All right. This first story is a bit of a fluff piece, but it makes me wish I was in Canada that day because holy fucking shit would I pulled my car over and taken some video. A runaway kangaroo punches police officer in the face while being captured in, guess where?
Florida.
Canada.
Oh, okay.
Florida would actually make the most sense because that's where all the weird-ass stories come from. But a kangaroo actually got loose in
I would have said, like, Australia, but you were asking, like, oh, where is this? I did actually know the answer, but I figured I was going to throw...
I kind of was wondering if you had read.
Yeah. I literally in the headline, yes.
God damn, I need to hide my headlines better. Just block it from
not
you.
Putting them on.
Not sharing the notes. We each have our own show notes, so we don't share.
Honestly... For an episode, it would be kind of fun to do something similar to that, but like we'd have to make a game out of it where I give you a headline and then you have to like guess the story out of it, or the other way, or something like that. We could have some fun with that. Let's make some sausage one of these days. We got episode 400 coming up.
All right,
right around the corner. God damn it, we got to start preparing.
A fugitive kangaroo spent 4 days on the run in Canada and was caught by police this past Monday. But not before it managed to punch an officer in the face. Now, first of all, kangaroo, Australia, where winter down there is like winter in California. You know, it's not really winter. Yeah. So this kangaroo was running around in the snow, just to be fair here.
Yes.
It is snowy in Canada right now. There's snow on the ground.
They have more snow than we do. Yep. They are further north.
So just imagine this poor motherfucker for 4 days being like, I have no idea what snow is, but I'm in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snow to a kangaroo must be like us, like if we just suddenly went to another planet and there was just like a thing there that we just didn't know. Like,
like a whole new climate.
Like every day
also
you wade through weird green slime and you're like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
The people from there are like, that's just the green slime that comes every Monday.
Have you ever seen...
you guys have Mondays, but you don't fuck you aliens. That's my reaction to every alien, by the way.
Actually, just to go back to our Christmas horror movie thing, have you ever seen the movie Red Christmas? It's an Australian Christmas movie.
I don't know.
Put it on the list. I remember liking it. But it's funny. It's a Christmas movie that doesn't feel like a Christmas movie because it takes place in Australia. It's like
where
160
warm.
degrees. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, my rant about aliens knowing what days of the week were, but not our weather patterns is really going nowhere. So I'm just gonna drop that.
Yeah. No. I like it. Let's.
I don't. I'm dropping.
Right, well, drop it. Okay. Hang on. Cut it out.
Just gonna keep talking about it.
All right. Well, you know what? I think we revisit that one. Drill it right into the fucking ground.
Okay. So a kangaroo was seen hopping around in Oshawa, 40 miles east of Toronto. The kangaroo had escaped while being transferred between zoos. So not a escaped kangaroo like from someone's personal collection.
So I was actually curious.
This is a zoo animal.
Because I scrolled past the story I was going to add, and then I realized it might be the same one about a kangaroo jumping a fence of a zoo and escaping, but it didn't say it was Canada. So what I was like, maybe that was the same one.
No, this one escaped. Well, it's kind of vague how they describe it. Later in the story, they said, dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I'm going down through the story.
Do you think the 100-acre wood where was that located? Does the 100-acre wood have?
We don't know.
Does that have snow?
Okay,
because Rue
it jumped over its handlers during a planned brief rest stop at a facility late Thursday. They're not saying what the facility is, whether it was another zoo-related thing or if it was just like a truck stop, like they need to piss, then they take the kangaroos out to piss. And it jumped, but regardless, it jumped over, like literally over a 5-foot something person's head.
Okay, yeah.
And
maybe that is the same story. I was
not a fence.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking. Is it's jumped over somebody's head. Yeah.
This was a younger kangaroo, around 4 years old, and it was dark out, and it just jumped over.
How long do kangaroos live?
I don't know. This one was considered young at 4 years old, so it jumped out, ran into the woods at night, and they just kind of had to shrug and be like, "Man, you win some, you lose some."
Huh.
Yep. So that thing survived on its own, being a zoo captive animal where you feed it every day. It doesn't have to really forage or anything. It survived on its own in the woods of Canada in the winter for 4 days. And I find that remarkable as fuck.
That's actually really, like, in a completely new climate. Like, that is some survival mechanics.
It shouldn't. Like, it literally shouldn't.
Yeah, well, and also I found out, apparently, the lifespan is only 8 years in the wild, but up to 25 years when humans are caring.
Okay, so this was middle-aged for the
like
wild, but baby for
opposite of killer whales, where killer whales die like 4 years after you get them in human captivity, but will live to like 60. Those are both very exaggerated numbers I gave you, but
I was like,
yes.
wow.
Yeah. No, but it is. They do like live like it's like 25% of their life. Like they will only live like 25% as long if you like keep orcas in.
Yeah, 4 years. Custody. I picture them having one of those like trash cans you can put your foot on to like open the top, but big enough for a killer whale where it's like throw another one and clink. Yeah. We lost another one.
Yeah. Toss the old orca smasher. There we go. Orca grinder. There we go.
Oh, that's like an organ grinder.
It is an organ grinder, which is what I call my dick. That's what I call my dick.
Very niche horror movie, Orca Grinder.
Orca grinder, yeah.
Yeah, somebody like breaks into SeaWorld and kills one orca, which by mass, it's like, that could have been like 100 people.
Yeah, it takes a long time to grind. You ever tried to grind? Yeah, also, I was just thinking of just like a gay site for like orcas, just be like Orca Grinder.
Orca Grinder.
Oh, those two fucking orcas fucking over there? Yeah.
I like both.
Yeah. SeaWorld, that stands for Cum World. See the letter. SeaWorld.
Oh, I was like, what?
Cum World.
Or Cunt World.
It took a little bit.
C-word, SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Cunt's a C-word.
SeaWorld.
Cunt World.
Yeah. You know what? We'll get there.
World.
We'll get there.
Cum or cunt. It's a world.
Yeah.
Someone works at SeaWorld on their last day, also on heroin?
Yeah. Oh, there's another great
very low energy, trying to diss the company, not really coming up with great ideas.
I don't know. Come or cunt, fuck it. It's a world. What are you talking about? Oh, I already got bumper stickers printed.
Based on our previous conversation of very specific bumper stickers that mean nothing to anyone except maybe you.
I love, honestly, probably the only bumper sticker I ever think of, like that and T-shirts where they're just, people are like, what the fuck does that mean?
They only mean something to you.
Because people are like, it has to mean something, and they ruminate on it. Hopefully, that's what.
Well, that's what what's the podcast with Paul Scheer?
How did this get made?
Yeah, they do T-shirts per episode. They sell. That just say the weird shit they come up with during the show.
We had a couple of those back when we were selling some shirts where and I think last podcast did that a couple times, where there'd just be like Squinjili Man or whatever.
Yeah, just throw some weird thing on.
Listen to that one episode for that specific show.
Everyone else in the world is.
But
like,
it is
what?
really, that is one of those like nods to people, like, oh, if you get it, you get it. That's cool. But if you don't, people just be like, what the fuck is that? Like, I love shirts like that are. One of the ones I made for my dad. My dad had a stroke a few years ago, and we were a very funny family, like to make light of dark situations. And when he was going and getting his like cognitive tests early on, they would like show him that was actually the stuff that Donald Trump bragged about passing. Yeah. Like he'd had like a month after he had a stroke, so he'd have to point out things, and there was a couple of things like he would do pretty well on, but he couldn't remember the name of the cactus, and he couldn't remember the name of the hammock. So like they would point in for some reason, and then over time he remembered them. It was great. Yeah. But I made him a T-shirt like a year after, which has a cactus on it and just says the word hammock. So like, and it's fucking hilarious. Which I'm like, I would wear that because it doesn't make any sense to anybody but our very specific group of family. And he loves it. He wears it. He wears it all the time. But people look at it like, what the fuck is that shirt?
It's a joke for like two people.
And exactly. It's like literally just
comedy for one.
My immediate family, and my dad loves it because it is just it's also like he's like, I know what a hammock. I know the joke now because I know these aren't the same thing. I also know what they are. But like, it's so little things like that. I love that kind of shit. I could make a living off of just selling those kind of.
And luckily now if he's slipping when he pulls the shirt out one day and he's like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's his new cognitive test. And be like, huh? You're like, I don't get it. Yeah. Okay.
Slipping. He's slipping.
Yeah. It's a picture of a hammock. Clearly. Come on. Anyway.
Down in the backyard, watering a hammock. In the kitchen, laying on a cactus. Like when I was
I want my fucking hammock grow. Yeah.
All right. That's about all I have. They caught it. What I like is that the police officers were told by people from a Australian zoo. They literally got them on the phone. Like, how do we catch it? Like, do you just tackle it? Do you grab it? What do you do?
Yeah, you get a boxer out there, and you go and go, come on, Rui, and then you just like, throw up your mitts like this, and he'll come running. And then you got to find somebody who can definitely beat a kangaroo in a boxing match, which does not exactly exist a lot. You got to go over there to Australia, find somebody, one of our kangaroo pugilists, which we do actually have on.
I was going to say that exists.
Yeah, you can find them on Fiverr. And, just find a kangaroo pugilist, and the kangaroo's going to go through 3 or 4 of them. It's going to cost you something. They're pretty good at this. Yeah, even in the snow, they're probably going to be all right.
I was going to say, catching one in the snow might be easier than not in the
snow. I think they're going to be like a little slower.
But they grabbed it by its tail, which is what you're supposed to do when you find a rogue kangaroo. Yeah. So if you're out there,
you don't want to be in front of them.
And you're on the highway, and a kangaroo's just in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Canada, didn't they say a cold climate area.
Their like kick is essentially like getting hit by a truck.
Oh yeah, you do not get kicked by them.
If you're in front of them,
and they have claws.
Yeah, if you're in front of them and they kick you, which is what they do, they balance themselves on their tail and kick you. Yep. But I think because they use their tail for balance so much, you can fucking throw them off balance, catch them by the tail.
Yeah, the idea is you just grab them by the tail, wrestle them by the tail. They can't really move. Yeah. They can't balance. They can't run.
Yeah. I'm still not going to sign up to do it.
I think it'd be kind of fun. Tell your friends. Like, if you ended up getting hurt, like, get a big scar down your face.
How'd you get it?
Be like, and you live around here or Canada, even further north.
Kicked by a snowroo.
Yeah. Got kicked by a kangaroo in the winter.
Yeah.
Winter of 2023. Yeah. Got kicked by a kangaroo in Ottawa.
Can't see out of one fucking side of your face.
You got one milky eye. What happened to you, old man? Because this would be you 40 years in the future telling this story. Yeah, back and instantly like, think his mind's going. I think his mind's going.
Yeah, I can see. Got
kicked by a kangaroo in the snowy fields of Ottawa in the winter of 2023. Yeah, I think Grandpa's going. I think his mind's starting to cycle down a little.
You can see he's staring off of the middle distance, which might be the only distance he can stare off with that milky eye. So I think that's what we've got. We've got a little bit of a dimension situation here.
Keep saying, no, that's not a knife, but then he doesn't finish the sentence.
What is a knife?
That's not a knife.
Oh my god, it's a knife. Yeah, fucking Crocodile Dundee with dementia. That's not a knife. What is a knife? Alzheimer's crocodile duck teeth. Well, that's our new content for this one.
I mean, is he still alive or is he dead?
We've asked
Paul Hogan.
We have asked this.
Right, Paul Hogan, right?
There's literally a podcast episode we have called "Is Paul Hogan Still Alive?"
Is he though now?
It's worth an update.
Let's do an update.
I got
the
update. Paul Hogan is still alive.
All
He
right.
was born in 1939. He's 84 years old.
I got a title for the show since you have the next story.
Absolutely, sure.
Paul Hogan is still. Was the old title "Is Paul Hogan Still Alive"?
Yes.
So is Paul Hogan still alive too?
Yeah.
Colon. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Add it. Yes, he's still alive. But he's gonna die before we post it. I'm gonna feel so bad. And then it's gonna be a funnier. And then it's gonna be a funnier episode. Title. But also, I don't want. I love Paul Hogan. He's a fucking. I'd say American treasure. He's an Australian treasure. Anyway, so I've got the next one. Gay furry hackers breach nuclear database. This gay furry hacker group, which exists, is it's called Siege Security, aka Siege Sec. A gay furry hacker group hacked a nuclear lab in Idaho, which I didn't realize there was one. It makes sense. There's a lot of nuclear labs everywhere. And
everywhere.
They released.
I'm tripping over them when I leave my house.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh geez, who left this nuclear lab here? God, somebody should hack this. Every time I trip over something, somebody should hack this. Somebody should hack you. Every time I stub my toe, well, somebody should hack this. Anyway, so they hacked the lab, and they didn't like any crazy secrets, but they did want to. They were released HR records. They demanded the lab, and so they put up a post with the leak.
I love their demands.
Yeah, the link to the leak was on there, and they said the only way we're going to take this down is if you create IRL cat girls.
I love it. I want an IRL cat girl.
Yeah, which I mean is their way of obviously this group has a history of being kind of like tongue in cheek, a lot of like jokey stuff, almost pranky hacks, stuff like that. Granted, they're releasing like people's social security numbers, so it's not the greatest prank. So in other words, they're saying we're not going to take this shit down. This is going to stay up. But unless they are like Idaho's like we can do that. We got it.
So they want like an anime style, I'm guessing.
I think so. But you know what happens when
a cat girl in an anime usually just has ears and a tail and some teeth.
But I'm guessing they want a real,
and the rest is just tits and ass. Yeah. It's usually sexy.
I think they're going to try for a real genetic splice, and that's going to turn out to be a fucking monstrosity.
I was going to say it's going to be like this this slightly larger cat with tits. But it has because a cat has 6 tits. Yeah. So it's like these nice tits, but they're on its stomach, and there's 6 of them.
Honestly, I could jerk off to it. All right, come on, line up, boys. I've never had a gangbang titty fuck before. Come on, we got this.
Yeah, I think if scientists actually put their heads together, they can create a human-cat hybrid.
Yes.
It's just not going to be sexy.
It's not going to be sexy. It's not going to be sexy at all.
What they more or less want is one of those body mod people, like the people who like the devil dude who split his tongue and has the horns in his head.
And get one
but they want a girl who's willing to cut off her ears.
Maybe had a tail implanted.
Yeah, have a tail shoved up her spinal column.
Yep.
Because it has to move. It needs to be
prehensile. You can find people to do anything on Fiverr. Fiverr.com.
Then you can just shave your teeth to be sharp and grow your fingernails out.
Which also sounds not great.
So it's easy to do.
But so there could be IRL
I think robot tail is the biggest barrier here.
I think so, yeah.
Robot tail.
I think this is something that
because it's got to be a tail that moves.
Yeah.
It's got to move. Cats move their tails.
Well, I don't even think it has to be.
How are you going to know if she's happy?
I don't think.
How are you going to know if she's happy?
Oh, you're pissed, aren't you? Come on, I can tell. Come on. You're flicking your tail real fast. What do you see? You see a birdie, don't you?
She's just in her head going, this is technically slavery.
Yeah.
I'm more human than cat by far.
Yeah.
So this is slavery.
That says the state of Idaho.
Now go in your box.
I just would like to use the bathroom like a human. Well, you ain't no human, technically. It's right.
I'll fill the bathtub with more cat litter in a minute. It's just a giant cat box.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Which they have in schools, I hear. Oh, wait, no, that's right. That was a debunked bunch of bullshit that was spread by conspiracy theorists. But yeah, so...
You don't need proof if you just say it a lot loudly.
Oh, yeah, and just continue to, dude, people still spread that today. There are, multiple people to this day.
It was a year ago when I actually yelled at a Walmart employee in a Walmart for telling customers that.
Yes. Be like...
I stopped my car and yelled at her.
It was debunked 2 years prior to this. For Christ's sake, yeah. Dude, I mean, Elon Musk fucking, bringing back Pizzagate. Just be like, yeah, you know what? Hey, cool, Pizzagate. I'm the smartest guy in every room. Dude, fucking retard Iron Man. Oh, Iron Man, fucking special ed. Yeah. Special ed Iron Man.
Your Elon Musk impression is spot on.
Oh, Disney, fuck yourself. I need your money. Uh-oh, whoops, your fault. Oh, Twitter don't go bye-bye. Yeah. That's honestly, it's about that's giving
pretty accurate.
Giving like fucking guy's an idiot. Pedophile too. Fucked a lot of kids. Fuck it, whatever.
Elon Musk is a pedophile.
Elon Musk is a pedophile. It's guaranteed. We do not
people
need that as a joke.
Rich are pedophiles. All of them.
Oh, that kid.
Once you hit that level of money, you do what you want to do, and I bet you get bored doing the things you want to do. And you move on. It's like people who get like into harder and harder porn.
No,
it's the same thing for a billionaire.
He's like, what do I do?
Well, I've hunted all the buffalo. Yeah. I've hunted all the elephant. Hunted humans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At some point, it's like, I guess I'll start fucking things.
Yeah.
I fucked all the buffalo.
Yeah.
Fucked all the dead humans. Guess I'm moving on to kids now.
Well, I'll kill the kids first and see how that feels. Oh, this feels pretty good.
I
you know what feels even better? Zip, swank, splat.
I believe everyone who has more than $1 billion, including Oprah, has fucked a kid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Oprah's fucking sucking little Johnny's dick all the time. Little Johnny's the fucking slave clone she made out of
the king of Hawaii.
Yes. No, but I also I can keep going on how
we hate
Elon
billionaires.
Musk definitely fucks kids.
Class warfare, not personal warfare.
Warren Buffett, like, I'm gonna drive around in a Honda Civic and I'm gonna fucking, I'm gonna eat a Big Mac, but then I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna fuck 7 children. That's what Warren Buffett does.
No Big Mac for you.
Yeah, he has a fucking cyber dick because he's fucking 96 years old. He can be like sweating on his wife is pushing his ass cheeks down on this fucking.
That's the sound of a cyber.
Yeah,
dick.
this fucking clone 6-year-old that he's got living in a fucking coat hanger and the fucking.
I broke this one. Make me another.
Yeah, that's right.
Turn on the cloning machine.
Oh yeah, just put it into like a copy machine. Just put it in, and just another little kid comes out. Oh shit, that's the fucking kid chipper. Whoopsie. Well, go ahead and print another one. Yeah, Command Z, Command. Yeah,
you can't Command Z a kid.
Can't Command Z. It's called abortion.
That could also be a. That could be a title too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking! All these red states trying to take away our right to Command Z our abortions. I mean, our kids.
I'm not for abortion. I'm for Command Z and kids.
Yeah. I just want to delete this one. Undo. Anyway, so yes, they are also involved in cyber attacks on Israel as part of Op Israel. The article. Also compare CSEC to Lulz Sec, which is another hacker group that caused chaos in 2011. And it's a mix of hacktivism and black hat motives, but also has some ethical lines they won't cross. Probably not fucking kids.
We won't make cat girls.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you make cat girls. We
just
don't.
Jerk off to them the normal way. Just watch hentai.
Yeah, perfect. I'm going to jerk off on those 6 tits. Ew, yeah. Oh, man. Just watch them.
Just watch hentai.
Yeah, I think
there's no shortage of it.
Yeah.
You're probably never going to get to the end of hentai.
Almost as much hentai as there is fucking nuclear labs kicking around. Walk out of my house and stubbing my toe on a fucking hentai. But yeah, so they use humor and sarcasm in their messages, and also when people were asking like why do you do this or whatever like that, and they were like we don't know the meaning of the word why because we are cats. Because apparently they're all like these furries are mostly cats, apparently. But yes, there's that's essentially it. There's a couple of other mentions of some other gay furry hackers not associated with this group. So this is clearly a sector I was not aware of existing.
I do like
honestly,
in your notes,
I think I love it.
I like in your notes you have the article suggests that queer furry hackers are a force to be reckoned with in the internet.
Yes.
And it warns that be careful with your private data as it could be yiffed by hackers.
Yes. This was that was big.
Yiffing.
That was big.
Dude, there was a point in time where we had to look up all those terms. And we actually did a whole thing on weird new terms that we didn't know existed.
How much have we actually legit gotten? I won't say smarter. How much shit do we know from the fucking recess of the internet that we would not have known otherwise.
Lots.
Because the amount of terms we've looked up,
it makes you smarter is our catchphrase.
Exactly, which is like, okay, we definitely know more. Did it make us smarter? Is a question mark. Now I'm not saying not, but does it make you smarter?
No, it's a good byline for our show.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
A question mark is all that's needed to make that absolutely hit. So yeah, pat ourselves in the back.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I've got for that. It's fun. I didn't know gay furry hackers were a force to be reckoned with. I do like the fact that this sect is out there. We've put our weight behind the furry community before. Plenty of times we've been very pro furry on this podcast.
There's nothing wrong with furries. They're fine.
Yeah, and honestly,
they're not hurting anyone for the most part.
And honestly, and the thing is, though, there
Same
are
with
probably
juggalos.
there are going to be some bad
anyone.
furries. Furries are just people. Like, even if they don't think they are, but furries are people
speaking of juggalos, Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out, and it's basically Florida Man the game. I'm wondering if that Juggalo mansion, the one we covered on the show, I wonder if they'll recreate it in the game.
Oh my God,
they're recreating a lot of the trashy Florida shit.
I would love to. Oh my God,
I'm kind of hoping I can go there and see
just fucking party.
A digital version. Oh, it'll probably have just parties on the lawn and inside. You can walk around.
It's 100% like we go way back in our catalog to find this one, but like. It's
that was a Busey house?
Yes, it was the Busey house. Yeah,
Jake Busey.
Not Jake Busey. Jake Busey
wasn't Gary.
No, it was another Busey. It was like a cousin of a Busey.
Eustace Busey.
Yeah, yeah, but it
Nigel Busey.
Yeah, but it was way back they wanted to bulldoze that. We gotta actually check. It was the Sausage Castle. So
Sausage Castle. I'm kind of hoping that makes it into the game because I want to explore the Sausage Castle.
Yeah, I'm curious if it's actually still around. I mean, they still have their Mike Busey. That's it.
Mike Busey. God damn it.
Oh, Mike Busey has a show on Netflix.
Oh. What?
Mike Busey
cooking show?
Or maybe not. No, it says the home of party legend Mike Busey show seen on Netflix, MTV, seen on. So it was probably the subject of a
documentary or something.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so Mike Busey's Sausage Castle. If assuming it's
still like some horrible story, like some woman got an hour on Netflix to basically be like, I was raped at the Sausage Castle 20 times. As seen on Netflix, the Sausage Castle.
Yeah, I hate to blame the victim here, but you went to the Sausage Castle. Yeah. Actually, we
I want to see how the sausage got made. Well, it's got a lot of rape in it. You know that now.
Yeah, that's how the sausage gets made. Lots of raping.
You had to rape it into that casing.
Can I just squeeze it in there against its... Oh, I see, yeah.
You can really taste the rape.
Yeah. It does not consent to any of this forcing into its casing, so you are technically always raping.
Come in a package. 0% consent.
Yeah, exactly. Now maybe
100% sausage.
You can really taste the rape. Ooh, yeah. Oh, man, this hot dog's good. That's right.
Yeah, what flavor did you get, Jennifer? Just pick a name,
Yeah. Oh, God. All right. Natural casing.
All right, so we have time for one last story, and I'm gonna breeze through this because it's a very easy one.
Yeah.
This came from the BBC, and it's about an American story, which I love because the BBC reports on our stories better than we do.
Better than we do because there's less bias. I mean, there is a bias, but it's
BBC is turning right.
I feel like if there's a negative,
it's just like CNN, BBC is slowly turning right.
Well, I mean, it's sort of been there anyway, like that, and there's like a little bit of that in The Economist, but like I would read The Economist over a lot. I mean, over most American, like, if I need to get real international news, I prefer to read international newspaper.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
An Ohio woman who was convicted of assault for hurling a burrito bowl at a Chipotle worker was offered an unusual way to reduce her time in jail. A judge has ordered Rosemary Hain, 39 years old, that she must now work at a fast food job for 2 months.
Can I work at the Taco Bell? Where they be fucking?
Yeah, right.
Call back to last episode.
He basically said it was 180 days in jail, 90 days suspended, so 90 days in jail.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then he goes, he or she actually, do we know if the judge is a white girl or man? I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. Then the judge said, you didn't get your burrito bowl the way you like it, and this is how you respond? This isn't the Real Housewives of Parma. Guessing that's the county they live in. I don't know. It's an inside joke.
It's a Real Housewives joke. It's fine.
All right. So the judge...
We get the crux of the joke.
Yeah. So Judge Haynes said she could cut 60 days off of jail, so only doing 30 days in jail.
Month, yeah.
If she worked 20 hours per week at a fast food restaurant for 2 months.
Oh, and get a bunch of shit thrown at you.
Yep. She accepted, and that's it. That's the whole story. She was in a viral video of this incident. She literally hurled a Chipotle burrito bowl at the manager, I believe, who's the person who got hit, obviously, who stepped in front of a 17-year-old who was going to be hit. She took the bullet. She took the burrito in the face for that 17-year-old.
That's honestly that is good. She's solid.
The person who got hit is 26 years old. That's so good. Both 17 and 26 dealing with a 39-year-old. So it's another case of someone old and crotchety and being like, fuck you and fuck this.
I earned this, and blah, blah, blah. Like, who knows what the fuck they were going
it's
on
Karen
the day.
age. 39's a good Karen
Do
age.
not assault somebody because you're having a bad day, because guess what? Their day probably sucks too, and you just made it worse.
Their day sucks worse because they're working at Chipotle. Your day's only going to suck after you eat Chipotle.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got to give birth to that monstrosity later.
Chipotle has some of the worst food I've ever had in my entire life. I've eaten at one twice, and I will never do it again. I wouldn't even
the
fancy the idea.
I didn't even know it was a restaurant chain until the South Park episode where they were talking about it, and he kept having blood in his stool. And then they opened one up around here, like it was not that long after in Burlington. And I tried one there. I'm like, I don't need to go here.
I tried their Mexican food, and I was like, that's not Mexican food. That's slop.
Let's use some. Yeah,
it's slop.
Yeah. Let's go. It's not even Mexican slop. It's American slop masquerading as Mexican food. Yeah.
So I got brought back there a second time by friends, I want to say, and I looked over their entire
ex-friends.
I looked over their entire menu trying to find the only thing that wasn't Mexican food because I already knew that was a nightmare. Yeah. And I found chicken tenders and I think like fries or something like that. And I was like, close enough. That's not Mexican.
They're probably like Santa Fe style.
They were disgusting.
How can you fuck up chicken tenders?
The breading was like,
I know you can, but you shouldn't be able to.
The breading had no crunch. It was like that flour-based breading where it was like,
but it was like they didn't fry it
no crunch.
Hot enough, so it was like just soggy, oily, fucking whatever.
Picture
no crunch.
Picture chicken finger.
KFC can do it like a fucking master.
Okay,
if they can do it and you can't, you.
They tasted just like tempura breading on chicken, like chicken fingers at a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
but you know that's kind of thick and it's got a crispiness, and then it gets a little softer.
You gotta have the crust though.
This was thinner, so it had no layers. It was just like a coating, and it wasn't crispy. It was just like a condom around a chicken piece.
I want to make a. I kind of want to make a fake
if you took a piece of chicken, shoved it in a condom, and then like sealed the end with heat, so it was in it sealed, and then maybe spray paint it brown.
I kind of like. I like the thought of. I like the thought
like a chicken in a condom.
I want to make a fake Chipotle ad one of these days, and especially just like our soggy chicken tenders.
They were disgusting, and it tasted like it was steamed, not fried.
steamed crispy chicken.
Like they fried them once to get the get the breading.
Yeah,
and then they throw them in a steamer pot.
Fried 2 weeks ago and then steamed this morning. Stuffed into a condom against its consent, and then spray painted with a definitely not safe to eat fucking spray paint.
Yeah, I used to be a sous chef at a Mexican restaurant, and I know how to make Mexican food.
Yeah,
Chipotle's not Mexican food. It is
no. I don't.
Disgusting.
I think like anybody who
inedible.
Thinks Taco Bell is more Mexican food than
Taco Bell. I would eat any day of the week over Chili's because Chili's is trying to be a restaurant. Taco Bell knows what it is. Yeah. Like a crack dealer knows what he is.
Yeah.
He's not like, I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're a fucking crack dealer.
Taco Bell is just like...
Taco Bell's like,
we're open till 6 in the morning for a reason. Yeah. Most of our business is between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Yeah. Because
the bathroom's closed because no one will go in there.
Yeah, exactly.
One person used it once.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not allowed to open it.
That's it. In memoriam on the door.
There's just like government choppers over the building. Just like, oh yeah, they're cleaning out the bathrooms from 3 years ago when that one guy came in and fucking used the fucking
now, Taco Bell knows what it is.
Yeah.
It owns it. It owns it just like a crack dealer.
Chipotle is like...
Chipotle's like, we're a Shoney's. Yeah. Like, no, you're not.
I love the fact that he can't even be a Shoney's.
No, you're not. You're not even a fucking Shoney's.
Yeah. Could we be Applebee's? Maybe. Fuck you. No.
Applebee's serves alcohol. I don't know if Chipotle does.
I don't think they do, but Applebee's at least can dude.
I can get drunk at Applebee's.
Yeah. I can get drunk at Applebee's and forget about how shitty this stuff is, and their toilets work, and it's great. And it's horrible, actually. I actually went to...
Was it Applebee's that started losing money on their bottomless shrimp?
No, it was Red Lobster. I almost included that where they were like... They had their shareholders meeting like, yeah, so we left like $16 billion because that turns out that people really love just eating bottomless because they apparently had it like once a week. The endless shrimp.
That thing. You mean that thing that's really expensive per pound?
Yeah, and they're just like, we just gotta come in and pay like $5. You're like, no, once a week was fine. They're like, we're gonna do it every day.
It's like being everybody's gonna come in. Bottomless filet mignon.
Yeah.
How did we lose money?
Yeah. If people come in and they can eat all the filet mignon they want, they'll definitely just buy this shittier cut of steak. Then they're gonna really want our burgers. No, they're gonna eat nonstop shrimp and leave. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah, so there's a bonus story for you all.
There's a lot of companies that did deals that were too good to be true that are now going away. GameStop did their membership where you could go in and get a $10 PlayStation 5 for whatever card, the money, the digital currency. $10 card, and it would be $5 off once a month if you went into a store and bought one.
Well,
and they could spend that $5 on anything in the store, meaning those cards were valid. I did that every year. I'd spend $60 on those cards, but only $30.
Yeah.
So if I buy a $60 game using all the credited money in my account, the game's half off.
Yeah.
The company realized they were hemorrhaging money because everyone was doing that with their membership.
Yeah.
So the membership still exists, and you can still go into the store and spend $5 on something. Not those cards.
That's the thing is you have to
I dropped my membership.
You have to make sure there's a cap on anything that there's a built-in ceiling on something so you can at least assess, be like, oh, even if somebody goes absolutely nuts, this is the most we can possibly lose. The problem with these is we just assume people won't come in and take advantage of this. What are you talking about? Oh, people are like, oh, the inflation's a fucking pain in the ass, but nobody's making enough money. You don't think they're going to immediately find... People are into deal hunting these days, baby.
Yeah, GameStop just lost the only reason for anyone to ever walk into a physical store of theirs.
Which I realized. I won't go in their store now. We need to find a reason to get people in. And then they're going to realize how awesome it is. They're going to come in here for everything. They're like, no, they're going to come in for this one thing, and then they're never going to come in again. So,
GameStop has jacked up prices from Amazon. Yeah. If you compare the two.
Yeah, the only thing they're really good for it is if you want a used game now, you'll be walk in.
It has to be now because I can get any game on eBay for a quarter of the price. Oh,
absolutely, yeah, for literally pennies on the dollar.
$10 a game on eBay for most video games used.
Yep, and guess what? It's probably there in a week. So if you don't need it, And who needs a fucking game now? If you need a game now, download it.
I just bought Miles Morales for PS5 Spider-Man game. I paid $12.
Oh yeah, and I guarantee by the time I get a PS5, I'll be able to buy the Horizon game for fucking $10. It's gonna be nothing.
Yeah, I buy used games most of the time, and the only games I buy
the only reason I thought about getting the actual physical hard copy version is because I'm like, I think if I don't play enough games to warrant. And I don't need games now. I'm just going to get shitty used games or borrow them from friends. I can borrow them from friends too.
I buy full price brand new games for multiplayers, like Call of Duty, because if you don't buy it immediately, you fall behind because it's a multiplayer.
Yeah, you got to keep up. You got to keep up. Yeah, you got to keep up.
You
know what? You're willing to go for that. Yeah.
And Rockstar games, I will buy day one for $70. Yeah, because they're worth every.
Even that transgender game they gonna come out with, which is completely. Not fucking
Oh, I will be pre-ordering Grand Theft Auto 6.
Dude, it's crazy. The right wingers already going crazy because there's a woman in the fucking
black girl twerking.
Yeah, it's just just there's the lead. There's the
because you can play as a guy or a girl. You get a choice this time.
Yeah, and
they're not forcing you.
No, and now there's speculation. Which is literally, they're based on rumors, one person tweeted, I think this person's transgender, and now it's become a talking point of the right wing.
What, a video game character?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, they're fake.
Yeah.
Is Mickey Mouse transgender?
Yeah. No. What the fuck is he?
It's a cartoon.
No, it's crazy. People find go broke. Guess what? It's going to make $2 billion from day one.
And everyone's going to buy it, conservatives and liberals. Yeah. If there's one thing we can all agree on, Grand Theft Auto fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Get lost.
Get lost.